blame you, Gemma.
We're live, apparently.
Oh.
You can blame me all you like.
I'll blame you for everything. Good morning. Welcome.
You can blame me all you like. But while you weren't here...
Gemma's got the hump because I'm blaming her for stuff. Look, no, I wasn't here. I can blame you for everything, right? Hello, I'm back. First things first. Hello, welcome. This is Natasha Makes. I'm Natasha. I'm actually making something today.
Hooray!
For which everyone is relieved.
Massively.
And then the next thing that I need to say is obviously the most enormous thank you to the Makes team who made my holiday happen. Which, well, I mean, they didn't book it and stuff like I did all that, but they allowed me to go. They allowed me to go. They let me out the door and everything. They made it possible for me to take a week off, which was phenomenal and very much needed. So thank you very much. You see, there's two sides to this. You see what you see here, and the hard work that they put in here. But what you don't see are the hours and all the other stuff. They go above and beyond all the time. Even down, bless them, to making sure that my house was clean when I came home. I mean, I love them. I love them.
Well, we love you, that's why we do it.
Well, you know. Oh, big love in this morning. How are you all? In my week off, have you all been behaving? No, you haven't been behaving, have you?
They weren't bad.
They weren't bad.
No.
Oh, there you go.
We had a good turnout.
There's, what do we call that? A compliment. Is that a compliment? I don't know. No.
Yeah, slightly.
Sort of. They weren't bad. It's not that you were good, it's just that you weren't bad.
The majority were very good.
Okay, I'm going to guess Lo and Elizabeth.
Elizabeth was actually very well. Auntie Lizzie looked after me.
Oh, Auntie Lizzie!
Lo did try and confuse me at one point into thinking I had discounted stuff I hadn't and offered freebies that I hadn't. But that was just her being a minx, I tell you.
That's Lo.
A minx.
Hey, look, Lo would have known our fluffy duck and our
woo-woo
on the beach conversation
and a
as
woo-woo.
to what go in.
Yeah,
woo-woo. Yeah.
So a woo-woo is a cocktail.
Basically, to thank the team, we're going for curry.
Yay! Don't know when, but
Gemma called it a woo-woo curry, and I'm like, what's a woo? Like, what?
No, Josh said
woo-woo
curry in the
And then I'm like, what's a woo-woo curry? Because to me, if something's a bit woo-woo, it's a bit weird. I'm like, it's just a normal curry. Like, I'm going to have a lamb sagual madras. There's nothing odd about that. It's just good. So yeah, I got all confused, and then it all went a bit weird from there. Anyway, good morning, Bridget. Good morning, Claire, and good morning, Myra. Good morning, Jan and Joe. Joe's going to be a grandma again.
Aww.
Did you see that? 11 months there's going to be between new grandbaby and...
My friend did this. She gave birth in the January. I went to see her and she said she was pregnant and I laughed.
Did
she said,
you?
No, really I am. And I laughed again. She went, I don't know how many times I'm going to have to say it, but I really am. And I went, yeah, pull the other one. Because she'd already got grown-up children. So she'd had this other one late.
Wow.
Yeah. And I went, are you serious? And she went, I'm due on Christmas Day. And she didn't have the baby on Christmas Day. It was just shy of that.
Wow.
But they were the same calendar year, but different academic years at school. I know.
Do you know?
I was like, tell me you're shutting up shop now.
That. Do you know what? I just take my hat off to anyone that can do that. That's amazing. Gosh. Well, good on you. See, it gets it all out of the way and done quite quickly. I always wanted twins so that I'd only have to do it once.
Yeah, but hard work when you've got
I
them.
I know. We've got friends that have triplets, and they then went and had another child, and everyone was sort of like, why? And they were like, because we don't actually remember the first 3 years. They were so sleep deprived, they don't remember it. I'm like, that's fair enough. Right, where did we get to? Joe. Yes, good morning to Joe. Good morning, Karen. She says, morning, welcome back. Lovely to see you back where you belong. Oh, don't worry, I'm not going anywhere again for at least another year. It's fine. And Gemma's back in the corner where she belongs. You don't belong in the corner. No. Morning, Rona. The Makes team did do a great job. They did a fantastic job. Morning, Jacqueline. Lovely to see you back. You look very fresh and raring to go. There's coffee. I'm not going to lie.
I haven't had one yet. I'm literally sat in the corner with no coffee in my system.
I didn't. I'd packed all the coffee. I had to leave really early yesterday. And I'm not going to lie, I might have had a bit of a sleepless night because I was slightly concerned about whether I'd get home because of the fuel situation, because I can't do it on one tank. And then I just thought maybe the RAC will prioritise women, children and horses.
Possibly dragging a horse lorry, however.
Dragging a horse lorry, that's not a bad thing, is it? Oh, I don't know. I mean, otherwise I just ride home.
Just ride the horses home.
Yeah.
Hold on, kids. Yeah. Hold on tight.
Come on. Two's up. Off we go. Luckily, it didn't come to that at all.
I can just imagine Sausage trying to keep up with Kai. Hang on, Mum. I've got shorter legs.
That's why Sausage is so trim and Kai's a bit...
Because Sausage does try to follow Kai around everywhere.
So
It's
Sausage and Kai are the horses that we took. Kai is my horse. Emily thinks that,
Kai
he's
is
hers.
her horse, yeah.
Not the case. Sausage is a miniature Shetland. It's actually smaller than my Great Dane. But they are inseparable. And Emily's convinced that Sausage is Kai's baby. I mean, Sausage, well, firstly, Kai's a boy. And
They're both
secondly,
boys.
Sausage is older than Kai. So it's not going to have, it's not
And
the
they're
case
both boys.
in so many ways, not the case. But Sausage is devoted to Kai and he's just with him the whole time. A bit like, you know how some racehorses have like a goat? That they, like a security goat.
Yeah.
I don't mean like, high vis, you're not coming in. Like a, more like a
Security
security goat. Sausage is a bit like that for Kai. It's like his security Shetland. And so they go everywhere. But Kai, for Sausage, is, he's like a big parasol, really, because he just stands underneath him.
Yeah.
And the flies, he gets batted out of the way by his tail, and if it's a bit too hot, he just stands under his belly. It's really sweet.
So you can understand the mummy analogy.
Well, you can, absolutely. Thank you,
cute.
understudy. Thought you were perfect in class, Admira. What are you on about? No naughtiness. I checked in. I snuck in every now and then. Did you have Elizabeth on watch? Because every time she spotted me. Morning, Colette. She did. A woo-woo curry is when you have a dodgy one. No. Oh,
Joshua.
No. We don't have woo-woo curries from our curry house.
No, it's amazing.
Oh, Rebecca's guttering fell off the roof this morning.
She's not having a good morning, is she? But I love the fact that she's ignored
and
it.
sewing instead. Do you know what? Sometimes you just got to, though, haven't you? You just got to ignore the mayhem going on. Just found the new stock of Soline leads. Happy days. It was getting a bit desperate. Well, stuff is starting to get through. You know, the other stuff that's starting to come through, Mr. Fuse is coming through.
Oh, good.
And the rest of the threads for the block of the month.
The Baltimore bundle.
Yeah, like all the purples and everything.
Good.
The sewing threads.
Yeah. It's just, do you know, transport issues, I mean, they're global, aren't they? But obviously more local as well now.
Yeah,
It's
right.
all just, yeah.
Is it something a glue gun can fix? What, sausage? No.
I know the guttering
Oh, the
falling
guttering.
off the roof.
Like,
Yeah.
Don't say glue gun near sausage, she gets upset. He's been threatened, not going to lie. Morning, Marilyn. Morning, Anne. The makes teams with gems. Well, they are, absolutely. Back to full watching after nearly 3 weeks away. Helen. Hello. So I've had a week. You're fine. Welcome back. Morning. Wanging it down in Wellingborough.
I love that. Wanging it down.
Why does that not feel like a normal sentence? It feels like something you'd say, Jem.
Yeah. About Kai, perhaps.
Let's not go into that, shall we? Good morning from
That's
West
my new favourite way of describing the weather. I'm going to use
the weather.
that one.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
That's all right then.
I'm going to use that one.
Myra says, Elizabeth is my eyes. She misses nothing. Yeah. Oh, Sylv Sparkly. Oh, yeah, you're going to be a ringleader as well. Morning. Oh, welcome back. What naughtiness? Where? Look sideways. Yeah. Shuffle. I know. It's all good. Hey, look. So today's make is holiday based for me because I went away with a couple of friends and the kids, obviously, and the horses. All of us together. And my friend Samsara says to me, she says, I love to forage. I'm like, okay. she'd know, in the hedges. And off
She'd
she
know
went.
her slow when she saw one, wouldn't she?
She'd know us slow.
I always worry I'm going to poison myself by picking the wrong things.
Do you know, Inga's the other one that loves a good forage. And she knows. So Inga and I normally make slow gin.
I've made sloe gin, but I had to get the sloes off a woman who has sloes, who knows what sloes
Oh,
are.
no, you just send Inga out.
I'm going to
She'll forage. She'll find it. Anyway, so Samsara says to me, I've got this bag. It's a bit old.
It's seen better days,
It
is
has
the
seen
polite
better
way
days.
of what she said
She
about
says,
it.
I've just sort of kept hold of it because I was really hoping that someone might be able to do something with it. I'm like, basically, you'd like me to make you a new one? She said, well, yeah, okay. It took a bit of thinking about, I'm not going to lie. And it's absolutely wrecked, this one. And this is all overlocked and stuff, so I had to think about how I would do it for you, so that those of you that still have your overlockers in your boxes, I know who you are. And those of you who don't have overlockers, yeah, that's fair. And just so that this would be a bag that would last Samsara another decade or so. And then I had to think about fabrics. And Jacob's... Hang on, it's not Jacob's Creek. It's not Jacob's ladder. It's Jacob's coat. The Jacob's coat fabric had just come in. So you found my Christmas cupboard all right then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a good rummage?
Well, that was SJ. She was gleefully skipping down the stairs like an elf and squeaking. Look what else I found! And I was like, SJ.
I was kind of expecting to come back and find all my Christmas tree up and everything.
Oh, do you know, the temptation was huge, but it's not even October yet.
That looks okay on the outside, but actually she's desperate to put up a Christmas tree. This is not Jacob's Creek.
Jacob's coat. You've been saying Jacob's ladder, which is a place
I know,
in Cheddar all
it's
morning.
now gone 10 o'clock, I'm on to wine.
And now you're on to wine. Yeah. We've done the cocktails, now we're on to the wine.
I'm sorry, I've had a holiday. What can I say? Anyway, this fabric's fab. And looky. It's kind of double-sided. You have to pick which side you want. The only way really to tell, to be honest, is actually just the arrow. It's a bit more thready that way. It's a great description. A bit more thready.
Thready.
Yeah. I'm sure that there
it's
is...
equally beautiful both sides.
Do you know what? I love this.
Josh loved this.
Josh loved
Josh
this. Yeah,
got quite excited about a fabric, which I was extremely pleased about.
We're wearing off on him, I tell you. And do you know what else came in? Because this wasn't the bag that I was going to make. This wasn't... I took this fabric away with me on holiday to make a completely different bag ready for today's show. Look at that aubergine PU.
It's wine, is what it's known as. To go with your Jacob's Creek.
To go with my Jacob's Creek. There we go. Perfect.
But it's fab, isn't it?
The overlocker confessions have started. Have you noticed? I'm too afraid to take my overlocker out of the box, I admit it. Lisa, and Susan as well. Confessions of an overlocker lover.
Do you know, I did this and then I threaded mine up and it threaded perfectly. Admittedly, I've left it on black and I might have bought my mum's off her to have threaded in white, so I never have to worry about threading one again.
You need the one with the whoosh.
You
need a dookie with a whoosh.
I'm going to have a dookie with a whoosh. It's on my wish list.
It's
on my wish list.
Well, your wish
my wishy wish list.
I gave my other overlock away. I'm like, I don't wish to see it anymore. Gave it to my sister-in-law.
But I love an overlocker. It's great. Once you get past the fear.
Get over the fear and get on with it. But for those of you that have not got over the fear and have not got on with it yet, what I've done is French seam all of this.
Ooh.
I know, and I was doing it at sort of 4:30, 5 o'clock this morning going, this is too early to be doing French seams with a fabric that does not have an obvious right and wrong side. Mm-hmm. There were words I can't repeat right now.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Did they make you feel better though at the time?
I will do. No, not really. I was still confused. But I've got it written down. So look, this is what's happened because my poor head hurts now, and it's not due to too much Jacob's Creek. I've actually got this printed off. This is the start of the instructions. Because do you know why I haven't got all the photos on it?
Because the right and wrong sides look the
Because
same.
the right and wrong sides look so similar. I'm going to have to make it again.
You've got to retake all those pictures.
I'm going to have to retake all the pictures.
We'll get that done. It'll be fine.
It will be fine. Do you know what? I really believe it will be fine. It'll be all right. Anyway, so I have a whole other project for this. And do you know what it's going to include? Can I give you a big clue? Or maybe this is why I didn't make it on holiday as well. I couldn't find the buckle. I've got that really swanky pants buckle.
Is it?
Can you see it if you've got eagle eyes?
Well, no, I can see your rough sketch.
Oh, it's down by my rough sketch.
It's by the rough
Yeah.
sketch. Which
So
you've
if
done
you
on
can
the back
imagine,
of,
if you will,
back of a bit of cardboard.
something swanky pants with a bit of this, and it's sketched out on a piece of cardboard right now, because that's how I roll.
Yeah. And you came and threw that on my desk the one day
did.
and went, look! I was like, oh, good. She's had a genius creative moment. This is what she does.
I can't remember how long ago I bought these buckles.
It's a very long time, and I've not loaded them because
I
you knew you had an idea for them.
I'm like, no, I have an idea for that.
They're alphabetically on the wall of Nick Knackery in the new warehouse.
I know.
being
I
looked
won't let
at.
anybody. Everybody keeps
saying,
looking at it,
why
going,
aren't these selling? They're lovely. They're not selling because Tasha's got a thing that she's going to do with them, and I can't load them yet. Oh dear. Marilyn says,
I'm a
love
right
the
pain
bag.
to work for, clearly.
Yeah, Marilyn says, love the bag hanging up behind you. Are we making that this morning?
Yes, we are, Marilyn.
we are, Marilyn.
We are. When
This
I
is
stop yakking,
Samsara's
we
bag.
absolutely will be. The other thing to tell you today is that we have got brand new Lewis and Irene fabrics. Oh, and you can pick which one we're going to do this in. I'm going to suggest picking a non-directional.
Yeah.
Just so that my head doesn't hurt. Right. So this is Lewis and Irene. This is kind of a revisited one for them. They did some rainbows last year. They were gorgeous, and they've sort of extended them. We had last year we had elephants with rainbows squirting, and they were really lovely.
Really lovely.
In fact, actually, up on my Facebook memories came something elephanty that I made for Emily with those.
So cute.
I know,
This
right?
is the
Now-
Over the Rainbow collection.
Over the Rainbow collection, and if you want a half metre of all of these, then Gemma's put that up as an option for you. But if
Might
you
put a
want to
little
have a
discount
little
on
look,
it as well.
you've discounted
Just
it.
a little bit.
I am back now, you know.
Well, you know.
Okay.
You gave
just
me,
checking.
you know,
Carte
autonomy.
blanche. Did I? Did I? Did I? Did I really?
Yeah,
Did
oh well.
I? Hey, look, rainbow flowers. They're a bit special.
They are.
They're kind of rainbow flowers meets Art Deco
Yep.
in a weird way. Love it.
That's your rainbow flower on nearly black.
Oh, right, nearly black.
Rainbow flower in pastel.
It's black. It's black.
I know.
Want
They
it
call
to
it nearly
be.
black. Yeah.
Okay. I really shouldn't disagree with the companies on what they call
No.
their stuff. Here we go, and then we've got it in two different
In bright.
shades of grey.
Pastel and white. Sorry, pastel and bright.
Pastel and bright, pastel and bright. Oh, I am love it. Oh, should we make out of this?
Well, I did wonder whether you might make it out of this. This is your rainbow sparkles.
It's a bit gorgeous,
and
isn't
that's
it?
in 3 colourways. So how are you going to choose?
Do you know what, actually? This bag would be amazing with a contrast gusset. And that's not normally a word I like to say on air. Gusset.
Is it a
But-
proper? It's a solid gusset as well, though, isn't it? It's a decent, you know,
Yeah.
bit of denim or whatever. Look great.
Well, do you know, that is the other option. Ooh, bit of denim with that.
Yeah. So you've got rainbow sparkles in nearly black, cream, and blue. Or on, I should
Oh,
say.
I love
not blue.
that. Well, I might do it with a rainbow front and then sparkly bits around the side. Ooh.
She's off. She's off thinking these fabrics belong to her, viewers.
No, right?
It's almost like you own the place.
Almost.
Oh, now
Almost.
these are your little rainbows.
I love the little rainbows,
They're
and they've got
cute,
their little
aren't
sparkly
they?
bits and bobs in as well. And we've got them in 3 different colourways, pastels and
Yep,
other
pastel
stuff.
pink, bright, and blue.
Oh, that's the blue. This is the bright.
Yeah.
There we go. And then we've got the bigger one. So this is very similar to one that we had last year, as is this.
So these are your all over rainbow, they're called.
They are all
And they've
over
got-
rainbow.
They've
And
got
then
clouds.
I know, they're just gorgeous. And then these ones, this is basically what the elephants had coming out of their trunks.
Well, shooting rainbow stars, these are.
I know, not just any old rainbow.
Shooting rainbow stars.
So that's what we've got for you. They are absolutely gorgeous, but the fun doesn't finish there, let me tell you.
Yeah, so that's your 15 half-metre bundle, but then there's some extras.
But if
extras.
you wish to add in a little bit of something, you know, supery dupery, these have to be more because they are digitally printed to get the ombre. But Ooh. Oh, these feel amazing.
They're gorgeous, aren't they?
Do you know, yeah, and it,
I know.
what a treat. What an, do you know, I'd be getting a metre of this to do this bag. Look at that.
I want to make an infinity scarf out of this. It'd be like a 5-second job and it'd just be gorgeous.
Amazing.
But yeah, these are digital pastel rainbow blend, and then you've got the other.
So that's the pastel one, and then you've got the other
digital
one.
bright.
The thing with a digital is that the base cloth always feels phenomenal, because obviously you think of Tim Holtz is always digitally printed, so the base cloth has to be so smooth and soft, because otherwise it's not going to take the detail.
Okay.
So it always feels amazing.
Oh, every day's a school day, Tash.
I'll bore you with all this stuff.
No, it doesn't bore me. I love it. Look at that.
Oh, look at that.
I love
That's
it.
a bit good, isn't it?
It totally is.
I think I found my gusset.
Quote of the day, I think I found my gusset. Beautiful.
Aren't you pleased I'm back, eh? Good grief.
Oh, and I tell you what we found next is Karen's next dress. Sash skirt
I know.
Dress.
I'm pretty sure this is the only reason we bought this was for Karen. So Karen, if you don't have a dress out of it now, we're going to be mighty upset.
I do think Captain Small needs a skirt for sure.
Yeah, but it's a bit big for her, isn't it?
Oh, I just love it. Well, it comes in a 45
Do you know
centimetre
what?
increment, and it's a double-edged border.
Do you know? Well, yeah, no, it is. It's so same front and back. People. Emily's
her pillowcase
her
dress.
pillowcase dresses. That's what it
That
is.
would work.
That would do the job.
That would be a beaut, wouldn't it?
That would do the job, because she's now into those with a pair of leggings and a long sleeve top underneath. Takes us into
with
autumn.
elastic instead of the ribbon.
Yeah, I'm doing elastic instead of ribbon, because then she doesn't untie herself.
And suddenly
Or
make
get-
herself naked in the middle of a room somewhere.
Yeah, you know, apparently that's not okay.
I mean, she thinks it's okay, so it must be true.
Excuse me, I just switch stuff around. Don't mind me, just doing a bit of yoga. These are good, aren't they? Oh, now what to make this out of now? Do we think? I'm thinking you can hear it, can't you? It's almost painful.
I can hear the clunking in your head. I like the shooting stars, but I know you'll like the rainbow stars.
I do look nervous. Okay, I'm going to leave these for you guys. I'm going to...
We did get 2 bolts each of the ombre.
Did we?
Yeah, of course we did, because you went, I have a bolt for me, please.
This is very good news.
Did, yeah. I know. It's a beaut, isn't it? Anyway, I must not sway you.
Handles and gusset.
Such a child.
I am.
Little childish glee
I
on
can't
Christmas
help
morning.
It. Yes.
Fun.
We are... Hang on a minute. All that.
I mean, that would look amazing. I should just sit here and be quiet.
Decisions. You can see how stuff doesn't get done quickly around here if I have to decide stuff. Do you know what? I'm amazed that Sarah Payne didn't wander off with that in her hair.
What the? Yeah, I know.
Did you frisk her?
No,
Oh, yeah.
I was kind. I did keep a
I'd quite like
beady
to have
eye
her
on her,
back
but
again
I
at
was
some
kind.
point.
Yes.
So frisking the guests generally doesn't go down so well. What do we think? Rainbows or stars? I mean, both going to look awesome, right?
Oh, Susan's saying Christmas tree can go up after Halloween if you want. So it's giving you permission after Halloween. Mine does go up on the 25th of November.
Does it?
Yeah.
So you have a whole month?
Yeah, because once Christmas is done, I kind of want to get it down and clean my house. So I think, and it's such a faff putting all the decorations up. I want them up for a decent length of time. And Meg used to casually, wander into school and then nonchalantly throw out their Christmas trees up. And all her friends would go, "You're a liar." She was like, "Drive past my house then." So they'd all have a little drive-by and see it in our front window. And that'd be it then. All the other kids would be nagging at the parents, "Oh, Christmas tree up,
There's always that one house in a village, isn't there, that A goes up really, really early, and then also has like their whole garden set up with all sorts of inflatables.
Yeah.
Have you got inflatables?
No. We do have Christmas lights all across the front of the house.
No,
That's a guy thing.
No, where's
but
the tacky inflatable?
No
I want a
tacky
tacky inflatable.
I'm not allowing it.
You're not allowed? Oh, no. There you go. Gemma has spoken.
I think Guy would have, the wicker reindeer with the moving heads and stuff. He likes those, and
Oh,
I
that-
like
I mean,
those.
that's-
But it's the cost of those.
They're quite
They're
expensive,
not
aren't they?
cheap.
They're not cheap. Have we decided yet? Are we going? Let's go those. I do really like that, but I'll do something else with that. Right. So, I've now got to try and remember how big I made everything.
Ah, I've got a lovely message from Norma.
Norma?
Says,
Morning, Norma."
all. Good to see you back, Natasha.
Oh,
Hope the holiday
thanks.
was grand. Just flicking through the log cabin illusion quilt pattern which I received this morning. It's genius and so detailed. It makes the quilt look really easy. Can't wait to have a go. Thanks, Natasha and Jane, for the fab design. She is somewhat of a genius, that Jane.
Well, that's why she's our Stitchy Witch. We don't call her the Stitchy Witch
amazing.
for nothing.
And
No, we don't call her the Stitchy Witch for nothing. This is where I need to remember. Did I go 14 and a half across? Yes, I did. And then 12 and a half deep. Because suddenly if it's non-directional, you've got to start thinking about this. All of this shizzle. So that's what I'm going to start thinking about. So
it's when this morning you said, it's my first day back. I'm just back from holiday. I won't use a directional print this morning because, I'm
I did
chatting.
say that, didn't I?
And then you've used a directional
Then
print.
promptly used a directional
Because
one.
you love it.
I do really love it. Hang on. You know what? There's a really easy way to check.
And just given us a top tip as well, which I have heard before, but I am a little afeared of it. She says, no need to rethread your overlocker, Gemma. Just tie the new colour cotton to the existing threads.
Oh, do you know what? I have done that.
heard this.
I have done that.
But I worry that the knot going through is going to,
No.
chomp it all up and go horribly wrong.
No, I mean, no. You're
Well, I've
all
got
right.
Mum's
You
old one
can
now,
do
but-
it. You can do it, and I have done it.
The whoosh is on my wish list. I think that will just take the fear away.
just do that. Do that. That's fine.
We've got
So-
other terminology for raining as well. Heather says it's siling down.
It's
would have been
what?
siling down. That would have been what her grandparents would have said. Heather, are your grandparents from Yorkshire? Because my granddad said siling it down as well.
Really? Mine says something going with P,
Oh,
and it's not siling.
No.
Peeing
Is it
it
rhyme
down.
with hiss?
No, just peeing it down.
Oh, okay. Good.
Sit there and hiss in the corner. Good grief, woman.
Oh.
So, yeah. What I would say is, get your half meet heavens on this. Do the gusset in your plane. Especially if you've got a big floral directional. Or, obviously, if you've got... This is also great for scraps, using up scraps. Because you could make each section a different colour.
Be fab, wouldn't it?
It would be fab.
I did say though that Jacob's ladder, oh my gosh, I'm doing it now.
Jacob's Creek, Jacob's Ladder, whatever it is.
Coat fabric behind
Jacob's
you.
coat. What is Jacob's Ladder anyway?
It's a place in Cheddar.
But I've never even been. Well,
Have you
how would I
not?
even know about it?
I don't know. It must be more than one place. I'll Google. But that fabric behind you, that Jacob's thing.
Do you know what she said to me this morning? Do you know what she said to me? She said, I got so much done while you were away because I didn't have to look up really useless pieces of information.
Like what's in a woo-woo cocktail at 5 to 10.
How hurtful. How very, very hurtful.
Oh dear. Oh, there's a
it's fine.
rather terrible sounding, haunting film called Jacob's Ladder from 1990.
1990. How old would I have been in 19... Gemma, how old were we in 1990?
2. We were 2, yeah.
In 1990?
Yeah. Shh, shh, shh. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right, we were.
Definitely only 2.
Yeah, brilliant.
There's also an exercise now. That's more like it. Jacob's Ladder cardio equipment for fitness enthusiasts, athletes, and professionals. That sounds more like you.
Oh yeah, Dave used to make me run on those. Oh, that was really mean.
And there's a Jacob's Ladder place in Devon. I think it's Sidmouth area.
Nope, didn't go there.
Oh, all right.
Definitely didn't go there. So that's fun.
Many, many, many Jacob's Ladder things coming up.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
We're getting all the information for you guys today. I am cutting myself some strips. That's what I'm doing right now. And they will be for the handles. The joy of only having written this pattern this morning, so at least I don't have to look up the measurements too much. I might have to refer back in a moment. Right. Well, this is all a bit gorgeous, isn't it? I'm just going to give these a little press, and hope that's on. Should we check in with everyone? See if everyone's with us? Are you all right? Let's have a look.
Why not?
Garden flower called Jacob's Ladder. Well, there's lots of Jacob's Ladder goodness out there.
Lo
No,
likes
you
a
definitely
gusset.
need a snazzy gusset. I mean, Sylv, what's life without a snazzy gusset? Gemma was under such self-control last week. She's about to let it all rain out now. Do you know what, Elizabeth? That is what I'm worried about him.
I behaved really well last week.
You would, yeah. Do you know what you did?
Whereas
actually?
Lo is saying the word gusset and flange. We use the word flange quite a bit, don't we? Whenever you get the opportunity for a flange, you take full advantage, don't you?
You cannot pass up the opportunity to say flange.
No.
You actually can't. You actually can't.
It's a great word.
It is a great word.
We love it.
And I remember my first flange at Hochanda.
Oh.
No, seriously. It was one of my very first shows there, and so it was a William Morris one day special, and I was, this new presenter / guest, and being all professional, and look, we've got a new sewing, so I decided to do a flanged cushion. In fact, it was quite similar, to this one here.
Yes.
With avec le flange.
Avec le flange.
I know, right? Makes me go French. And just generally unnecessary, I think. And poor Rachel didn't actually believe that it was a sewing term.
Oh, and thought you were being naughty.
Well, she thought we were going to get sacked. She thought it was like the last shift we were ever going to do. But it affected her in such a way that she couldn't say it properly. So she kept saying, flange. And it's like, what's the matter with you? Flange. And it was so funny by the end of it. And the poor producer, this is the trouble when you have like a 20-year-old producer.
Mm-hmm.
You do push the boundaries a little bit sometimes, get a little bit naughty. And this poor producer just didn't know what to do with these two middle-aged women that just kept saying flange and laughing a lot. And so we're such children. I've done it with Stuart Hillard as well. I remember doing a show with him over when I was first at Crate and Craft. And it was out before I could even think. But can you imagine saying
Your flange was out before you could even think.
Stuart Hillard, oh, nobody wants a wobbly flange. And that was it. We both just died. And there was nothing that anyone could do. So I have history with flange. That one went viral.
Aww.
Again, nobody wants it. Viral flange. Right, here we go. So let's do the handles first of all. So we've cut these strips. One is going to be the gusset, one is going to be the handles. I'm being professional again, Gemma. Just
Sylv says, my goodness, your gusset is bright, madam.
thanks. Bright and cheerful. I'm not going to do that yet. I'm getting distracted. I'm going to cut these. We will get there. I'm still in holiday mode, clearly. Let's prep some fabric. Yes.
Rachel Ilsley says, morning, Natasha and Gemma. Now,
Good
if she
morning.
was here, she'd be well in on the naughtiness.
Shoot.
As would JCM, who is supposed to be here, bless him. And
He
sent us some little
he
messages.
was meant to be here. He's watching instead.
He is.
You are
You're
the
with us in
reason I had to
spirit.
make something, JCM, this morning.
You're the reason we're talking flange. It's exactly
I think he would wear that as a badge of honour.
He would.
He would. He really would.
All right, in fact, make him wear a badge of honour.
Make him wear a
Say,
flange
ask
badge.
me about Natasha's flange. Next time he's in, he can wear one.
The show's not going quite the direction that I had thought. I'm going to be entirely honest. When I prepped this show, this was not where it was going to go. Oh, dear me. Wow. So you just want to trim off your salvages here? What?
Right, so you're going to do exactly what I just did in about 3 seconds' time when I tell you. We had a message a minute ago from a viewer, and I was about to read it out, that said, any update on the Odile kits? Because in our newsletter, for those who read it this weekend, we said we are very hopeful there'll be some fabulous new O'Deal kits this week. And Jane has just sent me a picture of a cardboard box. Yay! I'm so excited.
On that note, sorry, you'll get
I'm
get a
hoping-
full demo.
I'm
right?
hoping
You
it's
will get a
all.
full demo.
I'm hoping it's all in that parcel.
So, we've got coming up tomorrow, and I'm just going to show you these very, very quickly because we all love O'Deal.
We really love O'Deal.
What can the matter be? This is the little hanging basket kit. Again, this is all in that beautiful velvet. I mean, yep.
The feel of these is just stunning.
Phenomenal. And then we've also got the eye masks in, but not the ones with the eyes on because they freak me out a little bit. We've got like the beautifully
Pretty
patterned ones
ones.
instead.
Pretty ones.
Because, yeah, that would scare my daughter. If she woke up in the night and came to find me and I was wearing one of those, can you imagine?
I mean, beautifully made up eyes.
I mean,
That
yeah, I mean,
eyeshadow
they
is
really
incredible.
are. Well, that's how she'd know it wasn't me for a start. She's like, Mummy, your makeup is perfect. Thanks. Right, so they are O'Deal's kits and they are on tomorrow. Yeah, they were placed by the seat of my pants, I think, before I went away on holiday, but they've pulled it out of the bag. Do you know what? I've worked with some amazing people.
We try. John says, I flange all the time.
John! You secret flanger. You make it a verb.
He also says, he's making himself a badge now. Natasha's
Oh! Amazing. Wow.
I feel if we go to sewing shows at some point, as well as Natasha's strippers badges, there needs to be some that says, I've seen Natasha's flange. Have you?
No, you are not. No. Oh, that's tickled you, hasn't it?
Oh no!
I've
No, Claire,
seen
do not
Natasha's
Google
flange.
flange. Do
No,
not
don't.
Google
No,
it.
no,
She says,
don't.
dare I Google
No,
it?
no,
35
don't. No.
35
And
and no idea
absolutely
what
not on a
laughing.
works computer. It has multiple. I don't know why it's used in sewing the way it is. It's
because it literally means like an edge or a lip, doesn't it?
yes. Edge or lip. Just bear that in mind when you Google it. Don't do it on a work computer. You'll get sacked, for goodness sakes. It is a proper sewing term.
It is.
Stuart Hillard taught me. Must be true.
Alison Fraser says, morning Natasha, gem the gem and everyone.
Gem the gem.
Gorgeous fabrics this morning, couldn't resist the rainbows.
Oh, you've got to
clearly
go for the
neither could
rainbows.
Tash.
Do you know what I'm going to do? I am going to, bringing it back to like professional. Right. Shut up. That's what
No,
we're
I'm
trying
not
to do
laughing at
here.
that.
You're not laughing at me. That's what makes a change, isn't it?
Oh,
Right. What we're
no.
going to do is fold over this, press it, fold it over again, press it, so that that raw edge is encased inside so that we don't have any unravelling. This is a hem, not a flange, Gemma.
Nope.
Okay,
Quite.
just so you know. And we're going to do that on both fronts, okay? If you have got something like this, I would highly recommend it. This was part of the, when we had the Lutterlow system in.
Oh yes, the Modi.
Yeah, so this is meant to be for like when you turn up your hems.
Do you know I found some of these as well?
Did you?
Yep.
They
yep,
are
yep.
brilliant.
Let me
They're
just
absolutely
make
brilliant
sure.
because up until then I'd used the side of a cardboard box, like a cereal box, which is tricky for me because none of us eat cereal. I think I threw the cereal away and just went, I just want the box.
Do you know what? I did find these the other day. So let's just make sure that those are back on the website, you know, where people can actually see them and buy them. Tash, that'd be a good thing.
What?
Is that the universal or the long? Because there's
I've
type
gone
1
long.
and type 2. Oh,
I've gone long.
Wow.
We do have two,
we do.
but
I shall pop them in the collection now for anyone who
oh
wants to
no,
buy
do
them.
it. So, I mean, if you can actually look, I haven't actually folded that over enough. That's not going to do the job, is it? Do fold it over enough. Don't get distracted by, you know, flanges.
Yeah. Don't let your flange get in the way of a clear mind.
Exactly. These are wise words today.
Yeah.
It's like things to live by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We try.
My mum's watching this morning, Jem.
Oh,
Morning, Mum.
morning.
She She might be out walking the dog by now. She normally just checks in to make sure that I'm in one piece. Haven't done anything too stupid to myself over the weekend, you know.
Well, riding a horse home with 2 children, grabbing you round the waist or anything. A couple of dogs.
2's up.
Hitching a lift
It's
as
fine.
well.
It's fine, right? You then want to stitch this down.
We did have someone say that she had visions of you creating some kind of sledge being pulled by the horses and the dogs to get home.
Some sort of sledge.
Yeah, like, you know, some kind of chariot type thing being
I
pulled
mean-
by horses and dogs. I mean, you've got
Okay,
enough horse/dog power there to pull you all home.
It's an option, but I did have the dogs with me. The girls were very pleased when I got home, though. Very pleased. They were. I tried to get a photo of them, but they were just too wriggly. You know, when dogs are just too wriggly and too excited. They were proper wriggle hounds.
Beautiful girls they are.
Hey, the boys, Malcolm and Mortimer, they've gone off to the vets this morning. They are not going to love me.
They've gone to see the Russian doctor.
Who's the Russian doctor?
Either something off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, they are not going to be whole when they come home. Oh, hello. Yeah. Poor Malcolm. He was very distressed. And the vet said to me, how will I know the difference between them? Well,
Oh.
you know, Malcolm's ginger, Morty's not.
Yeah.
It's not difficult.
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's like, yeah, you could look at them and see that. Don't know. Is that the sort of vet that you want to leave them in the hands of? One that doesn't know the difference between one that's
A
ginger and
ginger
one
cat,
that's
no.
not? Don't know.
What
I better
is
check
Morty
the
official?
crate.
What is he?
Naughty.
I know, but colour-wise, what is he?
Just check that they're about the same, by the way. I mean, it doesn't have to be like exact, but it does help.
Beautiful.
He is. What is he? Apart from naughty, well, he's just a tabby. He's
Yeah,
just
I
like a
didn't know he was
silvery
tabby.
tabby.
He's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I always say he's got such stunning markings. He looks like a snake. And he's super shiny as well.
For siblings, they feel really different. Like Morty's really, really muscular, and Malcolm's a bit like more like me. She's a little bit softer around the edges. There we go. So we have now done our top seams on our
Gorgeous.
fronts, right? And then we're going to do the gusset. Now, I have put measurements in for these gussets, all right? But basically, we're going to do a French seam. I have to really concentrate to do French seams, Jen. Why did I do
It seems
this?
wrong, doesn't it?
It really seems
Putting
wrong.
your
So I
wrong
need
sides
you
together.
all on high alert, just in case, you know, just in case.
John's really taking your flange and running with it. And
I want my flange back, John! Give me my
Joshua's
flange
getting
back.
in on it as well.
Josh, hang on.
getting
I
in on
feel
your
like this is
flange.
quite a popular.
He wants to know if we want them in t-shirt or sticker variety.
Oh wow! I mean options.
Yeah.
Optional flange.
To which John says, Josh, t-shirts! All in capitals and lots of exclamation marks. Oh, Sylv says, flaps sets her off as well.
Other
And there are
words.
flaps on lots of things, aren't there?
There are
And then
lots
you
of
say
flaps on lots of things when you start to see these things. Yes.
Also, the word
all-
flan for me. Everyone used to have a flan in the
Flan?
80s, didn't they? Because it's a bit too like flange.
Oh yeah, you just missed off a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I never liked the sound of a flan. I
No.
don't think I've ever ate one because I just didn't like the
No.
sound of it.
No. Or
People don't have a
anything.
flan now, do they?
Or
It's a
anything that's
proper 80s
moist
thing.
is also not.
That's been mentioned.
Oh, has it?
Yep.
Yeah. No.
Yep.
These and other words that you just go.
Mhm.
Right. So we are going to put these.
I mean, Josh is going forward with, you know, the merch now. I think if we get enough likes on this, it's something we may potentially get made, especially if Gemma also votes against Natasha too.
Do you know what? Gemma said this to me this morning. Am I being mic'd? You know when you can rapidly go off this as an idea.
No, I think
No.
the words were, you don't want me Mike, do you?
And I went, yeah, why not? We haven't had a good chat, not good, long, proper chat. Now, you might wonder what I'm doing. I'm wondering what I'm doing quite rapidly right now. But, what I am doing is measuring just a 1/2 inch over the edge of here, you'll see why. There is method to my madness. Well, I mean, there might not be, to be fair, but I like to pretend that there is. If you want to be super duper duper organised, you can mark off your 1/4 of an inch mark, because you're going to turn and do that. I mean, you can judge it. It's up to you. It's entirely up to you. But that's what we're going to do. Do I need to check the messages to see if you're not all behaving?
I think we're
or
good.
Not?
Claire Angelina is still thoroughly confused by the flange and is saying, do you mean frange, French for fringe? And it's changed over the years, to which Auntie Lisa just said, no, dear. With a little kiss. No, dear. Not the same.
No.
Not the same.
If someone can just like private message Claire just to
Yeah.
let her know.
Fill her in.
Any news on the ODO kits? We've covered that.
Pam says, Gemma, I'm glad you didn't finish the Russian vet's name. No, I'm a good girl.
Myra says, Natasha, I'd like to know how many careers you have ruined. Just my own. It's fine. Just my own. That's why I had to start up my own company. No.
Zoe says, watching you whilst working and realised I needed to repair my desk drawer. Searching what I needed and sagging drawers came up just as you were discussing flanges.
Do you know what? Yeah, a sagging drawer is a sad thing.
So annoying, isn't it?
It's not good.
No.
How come I was trying to eat my pins this morning? Just on a totally different note.
No.
I don't know what that's all about.
Sudden.
I know he quite likes them. But I guess of all the days, like today would be the day for him to, chew on a pin as he was going to the vet anyway. Right, at that 1/4 of an inch point, the needle is staying down. I'm going to lift the lever. I'm going to spin it around and realign my fabric, and off I jolly well go again. And do you know what? Before I set off, I might just put another little marker on here for where my 1/4 of an inch is. Just helps, You don't have to. It's just, gosh, do you know what? Some days I'll take all the help I can get. Not going to lie. Here we are.
Oh, John has tried to get us back on track and said, that ombre though, with many exclamation marks.
Oh, yeah, right, John.
Gorgeous,
yeah.
isn't it?
I was going to say. Can't say what I was going to say.
No good.
I can't say it. Right, being fresh now. Down we go to there, and again, needle up, spin it around. There are measurements on the pattern, that's all good, but basically you start with 1/2 an inch over one end, and then by the time that you get round to the other, you are going to just trim it back to a 1/2 inch over the other end. So don't worry, is all I'm saying to you. Oh, listen to the machine.
Glad to have you back.
Huh?
It's glad to have you back.
I know, right? It's been sat in a horse box for a week,
Yeah.
going, what? So I am just going to overcut that now by 1/2 an inch.
So Karen Hughes says, I think the Phantom Flanflinger needs to return, which I didn't know what that was. I'd heard reference. I have just Googled,
what is
and
the
it was
Phantom?
it was on Tiswas, which I think was Tiswas the 70s.
I mean,
Dunno.
given that we were 2 in 1990.
I know, so young, so young.
I know. I'm going to cut this down to 1/8 of an inch, by the way, all the way around. Just be careful that you don't cut through like bits that you shouldn't be. So a moment of concentration, dear viewer.
No chopping of the stitches.
No, don't do that.
I've got a French lesson as well. Flan is French, apparently. It is not flan as in fan, it is flan as in en route. And you don't pronounce the M, so it'll be flan, I guess. Yeah. That makes it
is
sound
that Claire?
better. Yeah, of course.
Of course it is.
Of
Of course it is, our
course.
resident linguist.
Yeah.
How do we learn any other way? Don't think we do. I think that we have learned quite a lot about the world through our viewers.
We have.
We've learned about kilts from our
Yep.
Scottish contingent. We've
We
learned
have.
quite a lot of French. In fact, the fact that we can even pronounce Odile by Earl's name is thanks to dear Claire.
Yeah. Yeah, this is true. And I wrote
It's
another
really
big piece
true,
of cardboard
right?
for you. Yeah.
And what, sorry? Oh yeah, you did write
Yeah,
it down on
yeah,
a piece of card. If you want to just trim up to, but not to that stitch, then that just flattens that out. Okay, what I am then going to do is this, and that is press it away like so. Oh, exciting news. Well, I think it's exciting. Oh, I didn't quite catch that. And that is, we have got the lighting guy coming after the show on Wednesday.
It is extremely exciting.
I know, right? To see when he can fit us in. Now,
Tis was the 70s.
Tis was the 70s.
Karen says she's showing her age.
What was it exactly?
It was, wasn't it like,
Don't know.
oh, I think there was loads of people on that. I think there was it how Chris Tarrant got famous? But I'm pretty sure Dennis Waterman did a bit of stuff. And didn't they have like dance people called Legs and Co? And anyway, I think it was a Saturday morning thing, wasn't it? Oh, you see?
Do you know what?
You've
All
got
I'm
me
doing
Googling
at the
random
moment
things again.
is
Tis
pressing
was.
along this seam. Just, you know, just if anyone's interested in what we're making.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone is this morning. I
Actually,
think it's
it
more...
finished in April 82.
Did
I'd
it?
have only been a year old, so that's why I don't remember.
Oh, you don't remember.
Hang on, no, I'd have been minus, oh heck.
-8. -8.
Oh heck.
Yeah, you let that one out of the bag, didn't you, Gemma? It's things like, I don't know if you look, because I know that a lot of you lot follow Debbie Shaw. Did you know that she was the love interest of, I think it was Zippy in Rainbow?
Really?
Yeah.
I love
Oh,
that.
Debbie and I have giggled about that many a time.
Aw. Well, apparently the original Phantom Flanflinger was top comedian Jim Davidson.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, according to that there Tinterweb. Apparently he was a pie thrower dressed in a black cape and hood. And yeah, it was a Midlands show, Tis was.
Was it?
It was cult viewing in the 70s.
Gosh.
Who was
Wow.
the cast of Tis was? I love the internet. Oh, loads of names. So yeah, Chris Tarrant, I was right. Sally James, John Gorman, Lenny Henry,
Was he?
Bob Carroll G's, and Sylvester McCoy. Fun fact, my dad worked with a man who is identical to Bob Carroll G's. I was convinced he was in fact Bob Carroll G's for my entire childhood. I
Wow.
used to wonder where Spit the Dog was. You must know who Bob Carroll G's was. Oh, Natasha, you were too busy outdoors with like horses and things. I was clearly watching rubbish telly. But
I used to watch Knight Rider. That's what I used to like.
yes, with Kit.
Back in the days when the Hoff was hot.
Yeah.
Not so much these days.
Low
Right,
lost service whilst travelling and is wondering what flangery she has started.
Lo, where are you back to? Right, so what we're doing now, anyway, just in case anybody's interested in making this bag, we are now stitching down a 1/4 of an inch, having... And I'm just going to go to there. Now, I'm going to then realign for the next seam. Okay, so I'm not going to do it in a 1. I'm going to realign.
Oh, is this
And
gets a
go-
nice neat corner?
Well, you know,
Gorgeous.
give it a go, right? Give it a go. Is this going to be one of those shows today that people go, oh, really enjoyed ourselves. Did we make anything?
Yeah, we did.
Bit confused if we made anything today. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
People are noticing your make for sure. John says he loves that he's doing tax returns for clients whilst listening to your flange talk. This bag, though, swoon. So he's aware of the bag.
Yeah. The nice thing about this is that you can make it in different, I was going to say in different strengths. So obviously the Jacobs Creek /ladder/coat is one option that we've all got going on. And if you just do it in a quilting weight cotton like this, then it's going to be one that you can just roll up and fling in another bag. Have it there for that.
It's fab. I'm loving this. It's making the rest of the fabric pop, though, isn't it? That
it's just so much fun.
that lovely gusset in that.
Emily's had a birthday
Gorgeous
now,
colour.
so she won't obviously be thinking it's hers.
How's it gone since the birthday? Have we had multiple other "Mummy, it's my birthday" moments, or have we stopped?
No, so we did have. She's celebrated it multiple times. So she had her birthday here before I then put her in a lorry and shoved her in a car seat for 6 hours. Lucky girl. Some kids get parties. No.
You've had cake, now fall asleep in the car.
Yeah, right, yeah, yeah.
Well,
just
or
ride
slowly.
out the sugar rush, right? Fun for all the family. So yeah, so she and so then we did have a, because when we met up with Sharon and Samsara and everyone at the horse place, so she then had a unicorn cake.
Gorgeous.
And we took the rest round to the yard, so the rest of the yard had the rest of the unicorn cake. Otherwise, I just would have eaten it all while she was in bed. So I thought, you know, share, right? Share is caring. And then 2 days later, Mummy, where is? Damn it! Yeah, she noticed. Where is my unicorn cake? This is when. Sorry, pointing at you. That's really rude. This is when you need to really concentrate. This is when I really need to What did I decide I had to do? Press the seams of the first. Wrong sides together. Right, if I'm about to do this wrong, can we all just shout? Needs to be that way again, doesn't it?
Oh, it's fabulous.
Am I right, Jem? I don't know.
I'm staying clear out of
Oh,
it.
come on.
And
Since
trusting
when did
your
you
general brilliance.
not have an opinion?
Well, since I've stood up there and realised that, you know, things clean go out of your head.
They do!
I've made this multiple times, but I suddenly have no idea what I'm doing.
No idea. It does happen. It absolutely happens for sure. So that is going to be like that. We don't want it to be like that. We want it to be like that. So we're going to stitch round there and then along and then, yeah. Gemma, can you just see if anybody's shouting, "You've got it the wrong way!" before I start stitching, because could be today.
No, there's lots of Tiswas related chat.
Oh, enough with the Tiswas.
Yeah, apparently though it was Chris Tarrant, everyone's saying, but it stands for Today is Saturday, Watch and Smile. Tiswas.
Really?
Yeah, apparently so. See, our lot know everything. It's great.
Do you know what they really do?
They'd be really good in quizzes.
We could have like a mega quiz.
Yeah.
Oh, talking actually of quiz masters, you know who we need to have back on the show? I think this is right, so I'm just going to stitch it. If not, we'll just do.
That's how you find out, isn't it?
Stitching.
When you stitch something, that's normally when you then find out.
Not going to lie, yeah, it is. We haven't had. Well, in fact, we've got to get our friend Jo Carter back on the show.
Oh, is she a quiz master?
Well, no, but I don't know if you remember that she was always after.
She was zooming.
Quiz categories.
Categories, and yeah, she was zooming
You know,
and stuff, wasn't she?
Is it a interesting position or an IKEA piece of furniture?
Yeah. Is it an IKEA item or cheese?
Oh, that's quite a good one.
Yeah, yeah. It is.
Yeah. All of these things. Because she's, it just needs to work with school dates. That's all that needs to happen here. So the reason that we French seam, by the way, is so that we keep any fraying to a minimum. That's what I have to set there. Fraying to a minimum. That's basically why. And that's it really. But yes, so as I said, you can make this out of canvas. You can make this out of calico if you just want like a really cheap one. You might then want to do some printing or something on it if you've got some nice like rosewood printy things. Stamps, as they're otherwise known. I bought some from Festival of Quilts.
Did you?
Yeah. Some gorgeous ones to do with the...
I am going to Festival of Quilts next year.
Yeah, I know you are.
It will happen.
You're going to come with me.
I'll buy all the things.
You will buy all the things.
All the things.
I know that you will. You know when I said mark off that 1/4 inch seam so that it's easy to see? Yeah, do that because it does make it easier.
Excellent.
Here we go. It might even be the right way up, you know. You've just got to be mindful of directional, and I wasn't going to do directional. Oh, look who's hiding down there. There's HP. Come and
Aww.
wafted her.
And she found a glimpse of sunshine somewhere.
No, I think she's just pleased that the boys aren't here.
Well, yes.
Peaceful.
Poor girl. Morty does like to try and play, and she is not in the mood.
Thing is, when Theo was a kitten, she used to bring him mice, and she taught him to hunt.
Which was so much fun.
Yeah. So again, I'm just going to snip into those corners. Just makes the fabric lie straight. Take out any pins and then cut back those seams. There's another pin in there somewhere.
I mean, Susan's come up with a really good idea on the am I sewing this the right way round moment, where she put pin it and check. She could have done.
I sort of tried. I did get 2 pins in.
Yeah.
Yeah. But has she said I've done it right or not? Or is she just saying I could have done? Like, you could have done that, Natasha, and then you wouldn't have made a mistake. Is it that sort of... Because I'm trimming back now. We are at trimming back stage. It's all good.
Oh, Wendy's got we've got Colette saying, that's right, Tash.
Oh, thanks, Colette.
Wendy's come up with a lovely idea. She said, I worked with a girl that wanted every day to be Halloween. So we made a seasons calendar and stuck on all the festivals, holidays, birthdays, etc. Maybe you could sew one for Emily using seasonal fabrics and images.
That's not a bad.
We've
idea,
actually got a seasonal make coming up. Stitchy Witchy
We
Jane.
have Stitchy Witch come up with something rather gorgeous.
Something beautiful and seasonal that she's been doing.
I haven't seen it, have you?
Yes.
Of course you have, you've been here. I haven't.
Well, this morning I had a good old nose in.
Oh, is it there?
I went up to the HQ on the way here.
I cannot wait for us all to be in one place. It feels
Same.
really weird, a bit discombobbled. Right, so then again, you're going to press this.
It looks so fabulous. Don't pretend like you're not going to carry that everywhere, because you clearly are.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. And you know what? I'm going to make sure that... No, it's really mean there. Make sure the handle's really long so that Captain Small can't use it. And it's mine.
But you need them to be long anyway, because you are tall.
I am tall. Well
I have to say
spotted.
though, this
One side.
like the fabric on the wall behind, and also I mean, rainbow fabric in general is very on trend, very, very, very on trend. As mother of teenagers, I make things a lot that they'll say, "Oh, that's lovely," and then I go, "Oh, would you like one?"
No.
No, thanks. Oh, okay. But I know that, especially the fabric behind you, the Jacob's coat fabric, that the original bag was made out of, they would carry that. Like,
Well,
Meg
they
would
would.
go insane for that, because it's very festival vibes.
It is very
and
festival.
the shape of the bag as well, very festival vibes.
And yeah, no, you're right, on many, many accounts. And it's sort of inadvertently trendy.
It's not often you find a make that you could make for a teenager that they would actually like and appreciate.
No, without them just
I
being
know
polite.
this from experience.
Polite, let me tell you. So we're just going to repeat exactly what we did on the other side, and I'm just pressing.
This is coming together really nicely as well.
Do you know what? It's not a
difficult
long make.
Mm.
The only thing that took me the time was working out how to do a French seam, because it was a bit early, and writing the instructions. That's why it took me a while. But I think the thing is that just when you're stitching this bit, just don't try and do it all in one go. Just do down the sides, then start again, go round. You'll be fine. It's really not a difficult make. Really not difficult at all. And it's just going to be a nice fun bag. Everybody loves fun bags.
They do. Diane said, I thought it was a sewing machine cover. I can see why.
No, we've got sewing machine covers on tomorrow's show.
We have.
You are going to love them. Well, I mean, I can't guarantee that, but I really like them. That's why I bought them.
They were tricky to get.
They were really
tricky to get. Yeah. They are beautiful. Fiona's wondering if it would be an idea to interline the softer fabric
sorry, I was stitching.
It's all right. Fiona was wondering whether it might be an idea to interline your softer fabric if you wanted a firmer finish to the bag.
Do you know, you can do, but it's the whole point of this bag is that it can be just rolled up and then just brought out whenever you need it.
Yeah.
And I would just go with a slightly firm fabric. Use a canvas or a calico or something like that. But yeah, I mean, the trouble is because it's not lined. If you interface it, is the interfacing going to stay on?
I feel I need to make a calico one. I have those amazing stamps with the brilliant printing inks and stuff.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
And again, my teenager would love that, being able to put the mandalas on and things like that, make it really hippie-like.
It has a gorgeous range. Yeah, the stamps that I was talking to her about the other day. I was like, we really need to get those on. So that is your bag, French seamed all around. So at no point is that going to unravel. So you can just throw this in the wash. The Jacobs Creek Ladder one hand wash. Just so that you know.
Myra's saying it is a hippie-like bag, and it is, and that's
but
the thing. It's really on trend to have that whole boho hippie thing. Like,
there's a time and a place for all hippie-based things, I think.
For sure.
And if you met my friend Samsara, then you would know that she's a gorgeous hippie. Yeah. She was my doula when I had Freddie.
Amazing.
So she actually cut the umbilical cord.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, no, that's how, like, when I go away with special friends, I go away with special friends. And
gorgeous.
yeah, no, she's...
Auntie Lizzie says, did you miss your sewing machine? Were your fingers itching? And Myra said she had it in the horse box.
I did have it in the horse box. I did. And I fully intended to use it. And then I don't know what happened.
And then you just had a fab holiday.
Well, I think the thing is as well, there wasn't really space to whip it out. And had I had power in the lorry, I'd have just set up in the lorry because it's got a little bit of living. But I didn't have, because we weren't staying in the lorry, I didn't set the lorry up for that. Otherwise, there's actually a really decent sized table, but I didn't. Anyway, we have a gusset in.
Oh, look at that.
I know!
That was such a good fabric choice.
We chose well. This is just...
And your panels are the right way up.
I mean, that has not escaped my attention. I feel I've done well. Now we're going to... Just pull that corner out. We're going to look at this. So this is going to be... I'm going to...
Oh, look.
I mean, you know, yeah. This is going to be about 20 inches when it's folded in half is the easiest way to remember that. So, but if you want to make it slightly longer because you've got beautiful fabrics, do. Nobody's going to care if it sits just slightly longer. They're really not, Jen. They're really not. I'm going to make it a little bit longer because I really like this fabric. Gorge. And if you are someone taller, then, you know, make it a bit longer. Now again, we're going to fold over again, press, and then stitch down both sides. And then, if you've done these correctly, they should be pretty much the same width. If they're not, like, no one cares. But that's the idea. That's how the pattern was written, with that in mind. Just so that we know. We're going to go full rainbow. You do realise this, don't you?
Amazing.
Amazing. Yes, it is amazing. Where's my jobby thing? Here we go.
So articulate, Tash.
I've got all the words.
Yeah.
I just failed to use any of them, apparently. Here we go. And look, you can, if you want to, if you've got a seams gauge or something like that, you can measure and do it like that as well. Or if you just want to, it's just that this gives you a nice straight edge. And that's always kind of the holy grail, isn't it? But don't beat yourself up. If you don't have one of these, don't beat yourself up. Do just use a piece of card or something underneath just to give you that edge. Worst case is And the back of your pattern, because we always use really good quality paper, just draw 1/4 inch along the edge of your... I would say don't, obviously, only if it's like a spare sheet on the back. Don't press the actual pattern, because the printer that we have is a heat activated one. So you might end up with...
So the Jacob's coat fabric
Yes.
that you bought, how much of that did you use to make the bag? What's the
So,
fabric quantity?
If you are very clever with your cutting, you can probably get it out of 1/2 metre. But I'm going to be honest, the pattern does go like a couple of inches over a 1/2 metre. But having said that, if you bought a metre, you could get 2 out of a metre.
Yeah.
It's just because, I mean, you can see how much I had left over. I had enough for 2 more front panels, and then you'd have, it's just cutting the strips for the gusset and the...
Sure. But if you had a contrast gusset, then you'd be
You
easy
could do
on
a contrast
1/2
gusset,
metre.
and that's what I'm saying. You know, this could be, you could make this out of your scraps and have each panel a different colour. You know, there's no reason why you can't do that. Or if you've got, you know, some 5-inch strips to use up, then this is perfect. Perfect, just perfect. So that is all. That is all. Pressing, pressing, pressing. This bit does take a little bit of time, but it is just worth, you know, doing it proper like.
Yeah, Stroud, Glastonbury, these colours, they've never gone out of fashion. This bag's style as well. It's we shop in all our lovely favourite hippie shops and have done for years, and this style of bags just stood the test of time. But it is a useful shopper as well.
Well, you're a festival goer,
We
you and
love
me.
it.
We always go to our little festival, don't we, each year?
do.
I didn't see you there this year. You got stuck in a no signal zone.
I
I couldn't
saw
find you.
Nobody this year.
No, you didn't. You basically just slept, didn't you?
I did sleep all day and then sort of went down and had a bit of food and watched a bit of music. Watched the live performances.
Gemma and I always go to Camp Calling, and it's just one of those things that each year we go, and each year we don't really see that much of each other, do we? Because you've got older kids, I've got younger kids, so I end up down by the circus, down there, with my friends with younger kids.
Yeah.
And then, so that sort of happens. And then you have older kids, so you can actually do the whole evening thing.
Yeah.
But my favourite bit of the whole thing is the silent disco.
Yeah.
It just is beautiful. So, have you done the silent disco?
No, what Meg's been
I took
in.
Maud last year, my otterhound, because obviously otterhounds have quite sensitive ears, but she could go because the silent disco, everyone's got headphones on, and there are 2 different DJs spinning at the same time. So you can, if one's spinning a song you don't like, then you just switch over to the other one, and you get to see, and it's all in the woods, and there's glitter balls and everything in the woods. It's really fun. The kids love it.
Yeah.
They absolutely love it. Emily had a bubble wand and was dancing around like a lunatic. Fred's had made friends with, I don't know, people, and was busy dancing whilst playing football, which is no mean feat.
And it's all outdoors, isn't it? It's just gorgeous.
All outdoors, so it could all be done, and your dogs can go and everything else. It's just a really, really fun. But it was, I have to say, very crowded this year. It was really busy this year.
And that was part of it, really. I mean, we've got an amazing setup with Errol, our caravan.
Caravan.
We have a huge awning, which is way bigger than Errol. And then, we set up and everyone says, crikey, it's like a village. I'm like, yep.
They say like it's a problem, and I don't get that.
I know.
No,
It's home from home. It's super comfy. But we like to stay up by the van and just enjoy the atmosphere. And we met a lovely older couple as well. And it was her first ever festival. In the 70s. It was her first ever festival. And they were just lovely. Oh, this is looking fab.
It's just never the sort of thing that my parents would have ever done. Well, it wasn't really a thing that...
It wasn't the kind of thing they would do either, you know. It's like, it was brilliant. He had got a car that he'd bought or got on order, and he phoned up and cancelled it. And then he told his other half, I phoned and cancelled the car. She was like, why? He said, I really want a motorhome. So he went and bought a motorhome, And
Amazing.
this was their first outing with it. And he booked this festival. She'd never been to one. The last time he went to a festival was 1972.
Oh my god, was it Woodstock or something?
It was the Faces and the Stones and like all these big bands. And I was like, oh my word, like seriously, that's amazing. You're not going to live up to that ever. But they just had a great time and we just chilled out, sitting outside chatting to them.
I saw the Stones when I was pregnant with Emily.
I remember.
And I, for those of you that have, have sort of been around through Emily's pregnancy with me and been through all of that with me, you'll remember that I did not have an easy time.
No.
At all.
You really didn't.
My pelvis likes to split and rub and all that kind of fun stuff. So when Stephen produces tickets standing only, and you're, however many months pregnant. Yeah.
Bless you.
It was good fun though. Really good fun. I'd like to say I danced, but I don't think anyone would call those movements dancing.
We were talking about singing the other day because Sarah Payne was saying she cannot sing. And I said, there's no such thing. Everyone can sing. It just depends on whether you're,
You've not
in
had my mum, have you?
or not. Or,
Yeah.
But it's all about the joy and enjoying it. That'd be like you dancing heavily pregnant, I think. Fiona says, I love that you can roll this bag up and take it out any time.
Yeah.
And Myra's made a similar one in denim from a template of a bag that she loved, and it goes everywhere with her.
Do you know what? Can I just show you the other thing that I was going to make it out of, had I had time, as you lot have all said denim. And I've got another project in mind for this, which is why I didn't do it. But it's funny that you should say that because I was going to do it with denim and some Liberty. I know. I was like, but actually this is for a project for later on this month.
Gorgeous.
Which I hope you're going to love. And if you don't, then, I'll just cry in the corner. It's fine.
Auntie Lizzie wants to know if sausage went on the beach.
Do you know what? I didn't actually end up on the beach, Lizzie, after all of that. Because when people started fueling, Bude from where we were staying, there was the beach day and I could have gone. But this holiday for me was about getting me back in the saddle. I haven't ridden since properly for quite some time. Probably 6 years since I left Bodmin Moor. So this was very much just getting... And also because Beautiful Kai, my horse, he's had allergies and all sorts since I've had him. So now we've got those under control and he can actually be ridden. It was just about getting us two together. And it was meant to culminate in the beach day that Ali does, my friend Ali does every year. And but then there was all the fuel situation. And I didn't have enough in my tank to go to Bude and back, which was like 45 minutes drive there and back, and then another 45 minutes back in the wrong direction and risk not being able to get home. So thanks, fuel idiots. But actually it worked out into my advantage in the end because I ended up just having a private lesson with David, who looks like Woody out of Toy Story.
Does he really?
Yeah, with the cowboy hat and everything. So I stayed behind and David gave me a couple of lessons. And so actually we're in a far better place than we would have been if I'd gone to the far safer place. So yeah, and I just got all my tack sorted so that I know that my saddle fits him right. And David, bless his heart, made me a back bracing for Kai so that his saddle doesn't keep slipping forward. He's a little rotund. It would be fair to say that Kai is sporting the COVID curves like the rest of us. So his saddle kept shifting forward and you don't want to give him a girth gall or anything. So
a girth what?
A girth gall.
Okay.
Where the girth rubs on the skin and they get sore.
Aww.
So you don't want that.
I'm familiar with this.
Yeah. I think anyone that's, So that's what happened. So I don't mind at all, and I'll just go next year.
Yeah, need to get that in the diary. Need to do it.
Absolutely.
Oh, Diane loves your Liberty fabric.
Oh,
got that little
do you know what?
glimpse and
I
said,
have
love
a
that Liberty
real weakness for Liberty and denim.
Yeah, it looks fabulous. Such a perfect pairing, isn't it?
It really is. Yeah.
Lisa says, morning Gemma and Natasha.
Is that our Lisa? Which Lisa?
Lisa Rogers.
Oh, Lisa Rogers, good morning.
And she says, made a pile of Prem baby quilts yesterday, just waiting to hear back from my local neonatal ward at the hospital to see if they'll take them. Thank you. Natasha makes team for the idea.
That was Jane's idea. That
Yeah,
one.
it was.
She's
Come up with some good ideas.
Some good ideas.
Very
Now, I have
popular,
not
mate.
been as careful as I should be about my folding under here, so just make sure that you do fold under enough that when you come to stitch, it's a bit wobbly here, that you will actually catch that top seam. Like I say, we've been chatting and I haven't really been paying attention. If I'm hugely honest.
I just love the ombre. I just think it's
Divine, isn't it?
beautiful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I know that as soon as we say divine, we all sound like John Cole Morgan, but it is.
Mm-hmm.
There's no other way for it. And, you know, pride as well. You can wear some pride.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a bag for all merry old occasions.
Lizzie Krangle says, so that's what happened with my summer trousers. A girth gall, wrong fitting clothes.
Yes! That would be it, Lizzie.
We just need to have the correct fitting clothes. Oh, look. Oh,
Just saying.
it's so delicious.
Right, now, this is where it gets interesting, and I've got to remember to get around to writing as far as this. You want to make sure that these seams are just pressed under. Now, I sewed all the way up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we left that 1/2 inch overlap. I sewed through that when I started, so that it kind of gives me a guide anyway for where to press. So there it is. Let me give you this on an overhead. There it is, pressed over. Now, we're going to effectively do a French seam here,
Nice.
right? Which means I've got to engage my brain again, Gemma. This really hurts today.
Aww.
So, and again, like if you've done all of this, then they will match exactly. If they don't, here's the thing, it doesn't matter. Just line up those raw edges and then stitch along the top. Because you're going to fold it under anyway, so
Yeah.
nobody cares. And then you're going to trim it back. Trim, trimmity trim. That one.
Are we overheading?
Yeah.
There
So trim that back.
It kept misbehaving for me last week. I was tapping it and SJ was saying, I've seen you tap it. It's not moving. Does this every now and again, doesn't it?
It does. It helps if you do actually do it, and I didn't just then.
Okay.
But yeah, and then you can finger press or machine press that. Yeah, generally it does that when the kids have been on it.
Sticky fingers.
Sticky fingers does affect slightly. I'm not gonna lie. Now, here's the thing, right? If you want to at this point, then you can kind of stitch that down onto there.
Mm-hmm.
If you just want to press everything down, then you can. All right, and that will just hold that. It's just another and then we're going to do, and then that's just stitch that handle again there. Okay, so we'll do it again this side. So press down these edges. Have them feeling all sorts of wrong there. Sew across. Is that a good direction, Gemma? Have them feeling all sorts of wrong? But you know what I mean?
Yeah, looks gorgeous.
Trim it back.
Oh,
if
Susan
you
Moore
wanna
loves your
press
step-by-step demos.
Well, you know, we try.
Take our time about it as well, don't we? Do it
The
proper.
thing is, I'm not actually a very good sewer, so which I'm sure we've all gathered by now. But it's just that so things have to A, be easy, and B, not too complicated. Or if it is going to be complicated, again, there's that seam. You can always press it, but just stitch it down, and then it'll stop it flapping about.
I always think the best makes are the things that look complicated. Like the
Lost my
finished
thread.
result is impressive, you know, looks like it was more complicated than it was.
Yeah, you know, this doesn't look complicated. It just is slightly because of the seams. That's the only reason. You know, I couldn't use the threader on this the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because part of it is in my car.
Oh,
It
I mean,
fell
that'll help.
over in the boot on the way to the craft store the other day, and obviously a bit of it dropped off, and that would be why. And also the other thing to bear in mind with a threader is that they are classed as. Why do I keep unthreading that? What's going on? Bear with it. Hang on, just chat for a second while I just put this right. As consumables.
Mm-hmm.
If this happens for you, and if you've threaded it once, like re-threaded it once, and it comes undone again, there's obviously something else going on.
Mm-hmm.
Just take the time to re-thread it from, from the beginning again. You see, look, that's all tangled there. So let's literally start it from the beginning, because otherwise you're just going to faff about all over the shop.
No faffage.
No faffage, right? No faffage. Yeah, so that was why, and it was I was cleaning out Gemma. Do you know what it was? You know when you came in my car the other day and it was really embarrassingly dirty?
No, of course not.
Yeah, it's not anymore. It's
Oh,
immaculate. I'm going to keep it that way.
it is nice having an immaculate car.
Yeah, because well, I mean, I say immaculate. I mean, obviously I've got 2 children, 2 dogs,
Yeah.
so you know that does hinder it somewhat. But I'm going to make that effort to make sure that people can actually get in it without feeling like they need to wear some sort of CSI suit.
Oh, bless you.
It was grim. It's proper grim.
But you're a busy person with your busy
No,
life
it's
and
no,
children
it's no
and
excuse,
dogs
though, is it?
and
Really no excuse for
Okay.
having a grim car. Yeah.
This bag's fabulous though.
Huh?
This bag's fabulous though. And Karen says she thinks you're going to have to make a miniature version for Captain Small.
Yes. Very likely.
That would be extremely cute, wouldn't it?
Do you know what?
Have you twisted the handle? Oh.
No, don't tell me about it.
No, so when you said, do you know what? I thought, please tell
No,
me.
it's
you haven't done that.
finished.
Oh,
it's
good.
finished.
Phew. It was me thinking you were going to say you had twisted the handle.
Do you know what? I've ruined it. No, I haven't. No. I've done it.
Oh, look at that. Oh, it's gorgeous. And that is a bit fabulous, isn't it? The old strappage.
This is where Samsara goes on this one.
Yeah, probably.
You know which other one you want?
Well, Meg will want the one on the wall, so you're going to be
Yeah.
short, bags
I'm
everywhere.
going to be short.
Out
But
they
it's just
go.
one of those things. You can wear it and it's safe. I remember very first, no, it's the second ever abroad holiday, and I was 15 and we went to Italy, and I just remember, pickpockets, you've got to, you know. And this is kind of like the perfect bag for that. You've just got stuff there, and it's easy because it's just in there. And also the other thing that Samsara said, and I'm just knocking my mic quite a lot, is that she said sometimes she opens up the strap and just has it on there so it doesn't dig in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's got, and that's why we've done nice wide ones there for you.
Fabulous.
What are we doing tomorrow? Odile Byles kits tomorrow.
Yes.
And some of my kits.
Yes.
Talking of denim and liberty.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Lovely kits.
So
Lovely kits.
that's today's show for you, in a nutshell. Same
You
bag.
made a thing. You
I
made a
Beryl's
thing.
she's over at the new place. There
Look
we go.
at this.
And
Gorgeous.
of course this, super easy to just.
And it's a good size, isn't it?
It's a good size bag, but it's also really flat.
Perfect.
There we are.
Oh, they're saying, I don't think you can say you're not a good sewer anymore, Tash.
Oh, no.
I've loved this demo and being back with you all. I've missed all the fun and frolic, says Fiona.
Ah, Fiona, it's nice to have you back. Very nice to have you back. We have had fun, we have had frolics, and it is good to be back. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow. I've just noticed the time.
With
Yes.
a welcome home, Natasha, and you could carry a puppy or a kitten in that. I mean, if anyone was going to carry a puppy or a kitten in a bag, it'd be one of us.
Oh yeah, well I mean you could get dash hound in there.
I could get my 2 fully grown
get
dachshunds
both of
in
them
that
in
bag.
there.
Yep.
I would do a
Perfect.
reinforced gusset for that.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure. We will see you. Yeah, make sure that you get the Lewis and Irene. I don't think that's going to hang about, if I'm honest.
No.
I really don't think that's going to hang about. Same with the Jacob's Creek ladder coat. Perfect.
Creek ladder
I
cones.
feel that we've covered all bases then. And I promise I will get more of it so that I can do the original idea. At some point we need more shows. No, we do not need more shows. Lots of prep and a lot of work and effort goes into these. Right, we will see you tomorrow here 10 o'clock where we will have Kits Galore by Odile. Do not go anywhere. Well, I mean, like you don't have to sit here and wait until tomorrow.
Some
you can do
might.
stuff in between.
But yeah.
But yeah, take care. Lots of love. Bye bye.